Constitution going through a paper shredder. So answer the question, Rick. Does it still matter?
Yes, of course it still matters, but in some ways it matters less than people think, because people all the time are debating about what's constitutional and what's unconstitutional. To me, the Constitution is a guardrail. It's for when we're going off the road and it gets us back on. It's not a traffic cop that keeps us going down the center.
Of the harm that has been done in recent years by activist constitutional interpretation is made possible by a theory which says that unlike an ordinary law, which doesn't change, it means what it meant when it was enacted and will always mean that. Unlike that, the Constitution changes from decade to decade to comport with, and this is a phrase we use in our Eighth Amendment jurisprudence, we, the court does, to comport with, quote, the evolving standards of decency that mark the progress of a maturing society.
Government takes an oath to uphold the Constitution, but few do so. Beginning with John Adams and proceeding to Abraham Lincoln, Woodrow Wilson, and George W. Bush, Congress has enacted and the President has signed laws that have criminalized political speech, suspended habeas corpus, compelled support for war, forbade the freedom of contract, allowed the government to spy on Americans without a search warrant, and use taxpayer dollars to shore up failing private banks. All of this legislation is so obviously in conflict with the plain words of the Constitution that one wonders how Congress gets away with it.
Well, when the President does it, that means that it is not illegal.
The answer is no. So I don't even have to get to the constitutional question.
The President signed into law the Military Commissions Act of 2006, which does away with habeas corpus, the right of suspected terrorists or anybody else to know why they have been in prison, provided the President does not think it should apply to you and declares you an enemy combatant.
Thank you, Governor Romney. That raises the question, if you were President of the United States, would you need to go to Congress to get authorization to take military action against Iran's nuclear facilities?
You sit down with your attorneys and tell you what you have to do, but obviously the President of the United States has to do what's in the best interest of the United States to protect us against a potential threat. The President did that as he was planning on moving into Iraq and received the authorization of Congress.
Did he need it?
We're going to let the lawyers sort out what he needed to do and what he didn't need to do, but